Good evening. Today is May 13th, 2024. It is approximately 6:40 p.m. This is a meeting of the Streets and Sidewalks Committee. To my left is Councilman Jeffrey Schilling, and to my right is Councilwoman Susan Westfall. Sorry. And I'm Bobby Phillips, the chair. We're here to consider a staff recommendation of an ordinance of assessment for our 2023 sidewalk repair program. And Mrs. Rhodes, I'm assuming that you're going to present the staff report.
Yeah. So this is just the final the final step for the assessment process for the sidewalk repair program. It starts in 2023. It's a process. We kind of wait for the contractors to get in and get their stuff done, and that's when we bid it towards the end of 2023, or at least even if we bid it earlier, the contractor that we get normally waits for all the other smaller contractors to get done. So this is a final step. We've notified, we put it in the newspaper for 3 weeks, and now we're coming to you requesting to pass the ordinance of assessment. We will recover just over $153,000 for the sidewalk, and we are not requesting emergency legislation. So we're not actually asking for any money, just asking for you to pass the ordinance of assessment.
Have we actually gotten any responses back from folks that are in this phase area that they're going to do their own work, or that have requested that the city do the work either way?
Yeah. So that's all been done. So that was done in 2023. They come to us, and then what we typically do are those people that say, yeah, we'll do the work. We check it in 6 months to make sure that they've done it. If they haven't, we say, hey, we can extend your permit, or we can put you on the next phase. Gotcha. So, and then after this, we will send them notification of their final assessment amounts, and then after that, they'll have the opportunity to pay it, and if they don't pay it, then this is when it gets assessed to the taxes.
Gotcha. That's all I have. Thank you. And either one of you have any questions? No. Mr. Schilling?
Yes, Mr. Rose, how many phases do we have in this deal? I mean, I know we've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, so we're actually kind of, we're starting this next phase 16 is kind of starting to fill in gaps and kind of continue to go through the city. So what we had talked about doing was, we're kind of not starting over, but we're going through areas that we haven't been to that are missing sidewalks. This is phase 15, so this is King's Chapel. We don't necessarily have a defined number of phases. I think it was anticipated when it was started back in 2001-ish that it was 20 years, but that's with the size of the city at that point. I do know one time, 2009 or 10 maybe, there wasn't an actual program. Right. Yeah, so we call it phases, but it's really just annual programs. And we just get as much as we can for the $300,000. We just get as much as we can done for the $300,000 that we get budgeted each year.
So we're really starting. I mean, because I know we still have some gaps out in the west end.
Yeah.
Along McKeag, and I know with the hopefully the completion of Stanfield, all those gaps will be taken care of here this year. But we still have some other gaps in and around that area. So we are going to try to work and get those all filled in?
Yeah, so we are looking, I believe the next phase is actually looking in the Stonebridge area, but there's not a lot of sidewalks that are in bad shape. It would be looking at filling in the gaps. Right. Along West Main, we're looking at filling in some gaps along West Main that are like from Carriage Crossing. Mm-hmm. To come in from Carriage Crossing,
right?
And then as you work your way down, I think
in front of the like Trojan Auto and some of those others along that north side of West Main Street, they're missing some sidewalks.
Yeah. So if the lot is developed, we're looking at getting the sidewalks there. Yeah.
Okay, and maybe along McKeag, we've got a larger gap there on McKeag as well.
The McKeag gap, I'm not certain if that is because the property's not in the city. And we aren't looking at McKeag, but that is for next phase. This is just for phase 15. This is for the 2023 program. We're in design of the next phase, and we're trying to get that design before we come to you guys. But that's the next phase. That's for 2024.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any other council folks in the audience have any questions? Any other audience members that may have any questions? Seeing none, and this is not an emergency item,
Not at all.
so what is your pleasure to proceed with this?
Move forward, I think.
Forward, yeah.
Okay, it's unanimous with the committee to recommend to move forward to council. Any other items to come before the Streets and Sidewalks Committee?
Nothing at all.
We are adjourned. Thank
Thank
you all
you.
for attending.